Well, good morning and welcome along to Kranji. A bumper 12-race card coming up here this afternoon, and a real quality card it is as well. We start at 12 midday, and working into the month of April, obviously it was announced there a few weeks ago that we will be having a few more races here at the Singapore Turf Club. So looking forward to that. Today we have the highlight of a Kranji Stakes A race at number 9 coming up at 4 p.m. here this afternoon. It's a quality race, and none more so than the top weight, the 103 rated Top Knight, who is certainly, I think, a real pin-up horse here this afternoon. So looking forward to seeing him in action. Obviously, he resumes. Long-term aim, I'm sure, will be another Singapore Gold Cup, or at least a crack at that race. But obviously, last year winning the Derby and also the QE2 Cup. He's a real superstar, Top Knight. Zach Carter in the race as well. He's the one that I quite fancy there. As for the going here today, they've had 143 millimetres of rain in the last week. Only 4 in the last 24 hours. There was a whopping 59 mil of rain on Friday afternoon. We're on the long course D for the turf races here today. The going is good, 5.0, and on the poly track they've obviously put a little bit of water on early part of the week, but they had that 4 mil of rain yesterday as well. 36 degrees and good, and it is very warm here this afternoon. Some showers expected later on throughout the course of the afternoon. In that Kranji Stakes A, Stephen Gray runs the very progressive Charisma. He's up in grade today, and Troy C, well, I'm sure he would have had a bit of a battle to do the weight, but I think he's going to get quite close to doing it. And if so, I think this horse can run very well. He's been a really consistent polytrack horse, but turf is a slightly different kettle of fish, I think it's fair to say. And well, earlier on this week, I managed to catch up with his trainer, Stephen Gray, who shed a bit more light on the Charisma story going forward. And he's got some lofty aims as well. Another very consistent horse for you in the stable is Charisma. He's been doing wonders recently, and you've got him in the Kranji A this week. Again, how's he come out of his race? Because that was a nice win last time.
Yeah, he's good. He's a very tough horse, Nick. He's a trier, and I think that's why his form line says that. He's always puts in, and everyone that rides him say he really tries hard. I don't know really what he is yet, whether he wants 1400 grass or whatever, or he's just a poly horse, because he's won his races on the poly, but he's won on the grass. So I just thought I'd put him in this race. We don't have a lot to choose from, right? And he gets in there for lightweight. Troy C will ride him half over. If he draws well, just throw him and see how he goes, because he's running for good money and no weight, so it won't hurt him.
And naturally, as you say, obviously it's fully, everyone's fully aware that obviously the opportunities are a little bit thin on the ground nowadays compared to years gone by. Looking ahead, obviously we've got a big Group 1 at the end of April, the Lions City Cup. I mean, should he come through this exam well, would that certainly be of interest to you?
Oh, well, you get through this first, but it is an option, because I don't think the sprinters are massively strong here at the moment, not like the old days. So there is an opportunity, but horses that are running well and in good form, winning form's winning form, and I just like to put him in these races with no weight, and I think it's a big plus. Whether he's good enough for a Lions City Cup, I don't know. You need to win this week and win impressively, but it's an option that's there. It's good money for the owners. If I run him in a Class 3, he's got to carry 57 now or something, 58. So he might as well run in this race and carry 51 on his back. So it gives him a chance to run well. Whether he's good enough, I'm not sure.
You certainly know what it takes to win Lions City Cups.
Yeah, I've won a few of them, but anyway, I haven't got a horse like him at the moment.
Well, Stephen Gray there then regarding Charisma, who runs in the 9th race for his team. He's also got Sure Will Do here this afternoon, another thoroughly exciting horse. And if you were with us on Track Talk and across social media as well on this page, you would have seen that interview regarding Sure Will Do. So good luck to Stephen and his connections. The Chens have also got Tavi Will Do in race number 2. An interesting newcomer there by Tavistock. Obviously, Sure Will Do in that 10th race, following on from Charisma. Not forgetting the 11th. Now, all the better racing is towards the end of the card, naturally. And Heartening Flyer will line up in the 11th race at 5 o'clock. That's over 1,400 metres. He'll be much more at home back on the turf. And I've made my best bet of the afternoon as well. I think he's probably one of the best bets on the card. Michael Clements also fields Tiger Raw, who, for me, long-term could be a real Gold Cup contender. He's rated 63 currently. Look, that rating's got to improve somewhat before he can be considered for, say, a Gold Cup and races like that. But he's a really good staying type, young horse as well. And I just think he's a horse going forward that could be in the mould of a possible big-hearted to look forward to this year. So Heartening Fly Horse 4 in race 11 is my best bet on the programme. I'm looking forward to that race at 5 o'clock. And then towards the end of the card as well, I really do think Delaware in the last has got a strong chance there. This one now with Michael Clements. Louis Beausoleil rides, drawn wide, but he had issues last time. Forget that run on his final appearance for trainer Lee Friedman. He's better than that, and he can run a nice race today as well. Just having a look at the earlier part of the card. Race 7, midway through the afternoon. Implement for me in that one. I thought he was a decent chance there on turf, mild, down in grade. There's a lot to like. And that second race, really intriguing looking restricted maiden, obviously notably by a horse called Shylock, who is a half-brother to Debt Collector. We know how good he was here at Kranji. Shylock probably at the moment not quite in the same mould as his older half-brother, but look, it's a very, very early days. And now with Tim Fitzsimmons having left Cliff Brown, he has had 4 trials, so he's been well trialled. And certainly looking forward to seeing him here this afternoon. And well, we've done a little piece on him a few weeks and months ago, didn't we? And there's a few similarities, I'm told, between himself and Debt Collector. So looking forward to seeing him in action. We start with the Class 5 over the mile as well. Both myself and Raymond Jong will be guiding you through all the action here this afternoon. I'll be down in the parade ring for races 9 and 11 to cast a good eye over these runners. And notably, I for one am looking forward to seeing Top Knight back here this afternoon. He's a real superstar. He's a 3-time Group 1 winner, and he very much is the star turn on today's programme. First meeting coming up for the month of April, obviously the 24th is the Lion City Cup. And let's not forget, 12 months ago, yesterday, this is when we stopped racing for 3 months due to the circuit breaker. So a whole year has passed and plenty of water under the bridge, that's for sure. But credit where credit's due, the Singapore Turf Club having got the sport back on and back on its feet. And hopefully, now the word is that we might well be getting the public back to the races very shortly. So fingers crossed we can achieve that, because that will be certainly a big plus to racing here in Singapore, that's for sure. But you can obviously watch on Channel 88 if you subscribe. Also Singapore Pools, and don't forget to follow this social media page as well, Kranji Broadcast, for all the relevant up-to-date information, replays, interviews, and all the latest news and changes throughout the course of the afternoon. Well, we're not too far away from our first race here today. Thoroughly looking forward to it. It's going to be a busy day. We're certainly working Raymond Yong hard, that's for sure, but he's the man in the know. He can usually find a nice price winner or two, so make sure you follow his selections as well. He's across social media also, and obviously you've got time to go back and watch Track Talk as well for what it's worth, and we might well point you in the direction of 1 or 2 winners. But good luck to all the connections here today, obviously. Many thanks to Stephen Gray and also Stephen Burridge, who gave us his time this week for some interviews on the Track Talk show, and we'll be airing them on race day also, so you won't miss a thing with us here at Kranji this afternoon. But just to reiterate, my best bet, Heartening Flyer in race 11, I think is probably the best bet on the card for me. Love this horse. I know Louis Beausoleil does as well, and I think he can win back on turf. And Delaware in the last is the value. I think he'll run really well. Could be a good day for Michael Clements and Louis. Hopefully it can be, and there's still plenty to play for as far as those premierships are concerned, notably with the jockeys. I think that's going to work into a really nice crescendo towards the end of the year. But I'm certainly fresh and ready to go. Looking forward to today. 12 races coming up. Hope you can join us here this afternoon from Kranji. That's about all from the morning report. And the first race coming up at 12 midday here this afternoon from the Singapore Turf Club.